Welcome to Retro Scale Modelling. This is part 5 of the Revell Tornado IDS scale 1 to 48. In part 4, I concentrated on the painting. In this part, I'll be bringing the model to an end, so just doing all the little finishing touches and the decaling. So let's jump into this and see how I get on. To start off with, I'm painting the wheels, and the first colour of the inner part is 374 grey 80% and 301 20% by Revell Aquacolor. And then for the actual tyre itself, I'm using light colour black and robust shades tyre black, and that's UA733. For the landing bay covers, the outside is Revell Aquacolor 374 grey 25% and 378 dark grey 75%, and that's the same mix I used on the middle section of the aircraft. Back to the cockpit, and there's two little blocks I have to paint. Is 09 anthracite black, and they just sit in between the pilot and co-pilot. It's time to place the landing gear in now, so the first section goes in. There's a couple of location points at the side, a little pinpoints that you can just squeeze the arms in, and it should just pop in. The main wheels are a little bit more trickier to put in. They actually sit at an angle. There is a bracket there that holds the strut itself, but it is made easier because I made up the entire strut before placing it in. Next to go in are the covers. It depends what angle you want to put them in, as how much holding you're going to have to do. You can leave them down completely open like that, or you can have them at a slight angle. I decided to put them at a slight angle. The two little clear parts that go on the edge of the landing gear covers, I think they act as little lights. I'm not using Canopy glue for this because they will be painted over, so it doesn't matter if I fog them up or not. I'm using Revell Aquacolor 91 steel, and this is for the catapult hook. This is back to the Canopy unit, and it's 50 light blue Revell Aquacolor, and these are just the heads-up displays that's on this unit. And once they're dry, it's time to place them in. They go with that solid bar, as you can see there. There's 3 in total. I suggest putting the large one in, then the 2 side units afterwards. Next is to place in the hook. Now, there's an argument to be made, don't place this in until you've done the decals, because there is a red stripe that runs underneath this, but there should be enough room to get your decal in if you do place it in. So then it's onto the wheels, and the wheels are just simply sandwiched together. There's location points within the wheel itself to make sure that you get them the right way around. For the covers of the front landing gear, you have to split it with your hobby knife, otherwise it is one solid unit. It's already almost split anyway, so it takes next to no pressure to separate the two. I'm using Revell Aquacolor 90 silver, and this is for the two little lights in the inside of the landing gear base. There's various probes and fins that I'm placing on now. A little bit too small for the camera to pick them up. Also, you may have noticed that I haven't put any weapons or made any weapons up, or the drop fuel tanks. I've decided not to place them on this particular model. I'm using Revell Aquacolor 731 clear red for the location lights. Now it's time to place on the canopy. The canopy is a really nice fit, tight fit. You will have to push it in quite firmly into the housing, but it does fit excellently. And the front part, again, you may have to press it in firmly for it to meet up, but it is a really nice fit. Time to place on the decals now, and as you can see, I've fast forwarded this part. I'm using the solution of Microsol to place these on. Point to notice though, the yellow squares, as you can see, as I was on about earlier in the other part of the video, they didn't quite meet up, so I had to go and repaint them. But apart from that, the decals went on perfectly well. Didn't have any issues whatsoever, which was a relief, because a couple of models I've done recently. The decals haven't gone so well, but these ones went on really, really nicely. I'm just placing the last ones on now. Then I shall let this dry for quite a few hours before I apply the varnishes. All that's left to do now is place on the varnish, and I'm using Pledge Clear Polish. There's various Pledge out there, make sure you get the right one. It used to be called Future Clear, but the name keeps on changing, so do a little bit of research before you buy it to make sure that you know which one you're getting. This is the cheapest alternative to a varnish. It's an acrylic varnish, and it works very well on models. It is susceptible to yellowing after time, so be careful if you're putting it on white. You may want a dedicated varnish if that's the case. But for this purpose, it's a nice, good semi-gloss varnish to put on your aircraft. And this is where I'll end part 5. In part 6, that will be the reveal video to see how it all looks once it's all dry. This kit was a really good kit to work with. There was a problem with the instructions, with the location, with the part numbers being the wrong way around. A moderate to inexperienced builder will pick this up, but a beginner builder may find that confusing. So if you're deciding to get this kit for yourself or for someone that you know and they haven't really built before, just be wary of that. That's the only thing that lets this kit down for beginners. It's a really good kit if you want to do a jet engine but you've got the movable wings and so forth. It's really good to cut your teeth into that. Although the rear wings are susceptible to snapping off. In fact, it happened to me. So, you know, it does happen. So I would recommend this kit to most people, whatever your experience levels are, even for beginners, even though there is that problem with the numbers. It may sound a bit counterproductive, but it will give the beginner modeler areas to work on and think about when looking at instructions. We're all guilty of just looking at instructions and steaming away through the model anyway. So this is just case in point. Make sure you look at the instructions and how the model is laying out, or you may come unstuck. So if you haven't done so already, why don't you check out the channel for my other builds, including this series for the Tornado. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified of all my future builds. Hit that like button and of course leave a comment. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. Bye bye.